This is our Aztec World's Fair theme park.
Aztecs made human sacrifices, but at the World's Fair, they wouldn't sacrifice a living human being, so they would make a minor sacrifice like an object that had some significance to them. This shows that they understand the true traditions and rituals of the Aztecs.
In our amusement park, the sacrifice resembled the ticket that people generally gave in to enter the park. From the entrance, they have the option of taking either one of the three routes. The first one leads to the statue, which is an Aztec temple. They have the ability to go inside and pray to their gods. Their second route will take them the other way and the first exhibit, where they would experience Ulamalitsi, which is a very popular game played in the Aztec. It was commonly played to pass time between people.
The Black Path or route represents the main attraction, which is a roller coaster that is given as a tour to people for the themes of history of Aztecs. The three themes of history that we decided to incorporate in our amusement park are culture, scientific technology, and geography. The geography exhibit describes the physical location of the Aztec civilization. It was located in central Mexico, and the location worked perfectly for them because the natural barriers of the inclined valleys protected them from intruders. Rivers in the valleys helped them with farming, irrigation, and led them to new ideas and opportunities. Their geographical location was one of the main reasons that led them to success.
Another one of the exhibits informs people about the new fashion in clothing. It also provides samples and prototypes inside the exhibit. Their clothing was mostly made of cotton. They were dyed brightly and decorated extravagantly. Based on social classes and levels, clothing differed, and there was a variety of designs created over time. Rulers wore the most beautiful and long embroidered cotton cloak, which was tied at the front. Women mostly wore long skirts, while men wore their clothes and uniforms according to their jobs. The lower class wore clothes from fibers of maguey leaves that were spun into thread and woven. These were not embroidered and contained no feathers.
In the culture exhibit, the traditions and rituals that the Aztecs performed on a day-to-day basis were explained. Some of them included how girls were raised differently than boys. For example, girls were taught how to run a home, cook, and care for a family. They were also taught things like crafts and how to economically run the household.
After the cultural exhibit came the science and technology exhibit. This included the major achievements and how they were made. Some of their major accomplishments were making their canoes, calendars, blades, spears, wheels, chocolate, popcorn, and the basic fundamentals behind astronomy and mathematics.
The inventions exhibit follows the science and technology exhibit. The inventions exhibit basically describes the inventions and were specifically shown in displays. People would have the ability to walk around and may be lucky enough to leave with a miniature version of one of the exhibits.
Besides the exhibits throughout the park, there are shows and activities along the pathways which entertain the guest. These shows and activities dive deeper into the culture of the cultural part of Aztec and what their fun time was like. Some of these include dance, music, and displays with the kind of foods that they ate. Their dance wasn't upbeat like it is in the 21st century, but back then there were many techniques to learn in order to master the basics of this dance. The music exhibit lets people walk through and socialize as relaxing traditional music plays in the background.
Another exhibit that is included in the park is a food table. It includes a variety of chocolates, corn, fruits, vegetables, grains, fish, and many other meats. Some of the wild meats that they consumed were iguanas, salamanders, crayfish, and insects. The Aztecs were known for introducing popcorn to the rest of the world because once they realized that you can heat a corn kernel and makes popcorn, they decided that the rest of the world would adore their discovery. They were also fascinated by the use of cocoa and combined it with milk from animals to create chocolate. When people pass by this exhibit, they will have the opportunities to sample each kind of food and know how their culture is different from the Aztecs, since people from all different civilizations will be visiting this park.
Two very popular games played between the Aztecs to pass time were Ulamalitsi and Patoli. They helped show more of the daily life and culture in the Aztec civilization. These were ball games where they had to pass the ball to each other and some complicated point system. They were also interested in arts and poetry, which enabled them to bring out the creative side of them. The poetry included lines about nature and what they would frequently see outside. Arts would include intricate statues that were made for the gods to show them worshiping.
Our civilization should be chosen to host the next World's Fair because it shows off a new kind of technology that no other civilization would think of, which is a roller coaster displayed their deep understanding of metalworking and physics. Other parts of the theme park are used to entertain the guests so that they truly understand the importance of the Aztec civilization.